we're going to try this again. This is pretty much the first session of Drinking with Doug. I'm Josh.
I'm Doug.
From Stuffing Stuff Into Stuff.
And you say that to people who have no idea what stuffing stuff into stuff means.
Well, they'll find out.
Moving forward, yeah,
okay.
no hate.
But Doug has decided to tell us the story of
the time I got kidnapped. I was a young lad. I was a high school kid.
And before he gets into the story, for those of you who don't know how this works out there, what's going to happen is Doug's going to tell a story. And after the video editing process, I'm going to insert a word or phrase of the day that's going to pop up in Doug's story.
And I don't know what that word is because it would change my story so.
But when that word or phrase of the day pops up, it's going to pop up down here. When it pops up,
you drink.
You drink. And we're going to sit here and get drunk as we normally do. But,
yeah.
Anyways.
On the regular. So, my first story.
Anyway, excuse me.
No, a story shouldn't tag them chronologically because they don't happen chronologically. They just happen as randomly as they will. So, here is the story I will tell right now. The time I got kidnapped when I was a high school kid. And again, every story I tell is a true story. I don't make up any stories. My life is random. And I'll use the term amazing. You may not think so, but to me, my life is... Nope, there we go. So, the story I'm going to tell right now is the time I got kidnapped in high school. I'm a high school kid, 17 years old, going to school in the high school, and then working at the movie theater, as I did. And one random Saturday afternoon, I got off early, which in the theater business is like 7 p.m. in the summer, so the light is still out. So I'm driving my beat-up old Toyota back to my parents' house, and I was out of gas. So I decided to stop at the gas station between the movie theater that I worked at and the house that I lived at with my parents. And I pulled into the gas station, and this was long enough ago that there was no such thing as self-service prior to this. So when you first went to gas stations that was self-service, they had to literally come out and like put a key into the pump to make the pump work for you, because prior to that, everyone that went to the gas station just sat in their car like lazy assholes and made an attendant come out and make the pump work. But
so somebody had to come out to work the pump.
Oh yeah, everybody had to come out to work the pump at every gas station ever. This was transitional. You could pump your own gas, but somebody had to come out and like turn a key to make the gas work.
Well, it's always better when somebody else works the pump. I'm just
yeah. Anyhow, I pull in this gas station. I'm out of gas. I pull in. I'm going to spend an entire $5 on gasoline to fill my tank in my little shitty Toyota. But as I pull up to the pump...
It's like $30 now.
Yeah. I pull in the gas station pump, and I go up to the pump, and I'm getting ready to do the thing, but nobody's coming out to turn the key. So I like literally look into the gas station, and I'm going to wave to the person, hey, you got to come out here. And as I look in, I realize that the reason somebody didn't come out is the gas station was getting robbed. And I, idiot Doug, think, well, you know what, this guy's not going to spend more than 5 minutes robbing a gas station. So as I see a kid with a mask robbing the gas teller, I just think, hey, if I wait 30 or 40 seconds, somebody's going to come out here and reset the pump for me, because clearly I'm an important customer. So I stand there for, again, 30, 40 seconds thinking, yeah, this is all going to be over with. Because clearly, if you're smart enough to rob a gas station, you have an exit plan. So I'm just the random guy that's there waiting for this to be over with. And the guy behind the counter is just some high school kid, and his girlfriend happens to be in the store with him, and she's just scared as shit. And she walks out to the pump with me and says, I'm sorry, sir, we can't pump gas because we're getting robbed. And I'm like, relax, kid, no big deal. This guy just wants to take your money and get the fuck out of here.
Relax while you're getting robbed.
Easy
That's
peasy.
always good advice. You know, just take it easy.
Yeah. So, as I'm saying to this poor little girl, you know, honey, relax. Nobody's going to get hurt here. That guy's going to take the money and get the hell out of here, as he is clearly pre-planned to get the hell out of here. And as I'm saying this to her, then the gas station robber literally walks up behind her and sticks a gun in my face and says, hey, get into the car. You're my getaway driver now. And I'm like, there's no way this is his plan.
So wait, you're telling me that there was a criminal who had a plan but not a plan.
Well, he should have had a plan. Who the fuck robs a gas station without a getaway car?
Lazy ass criminals.
Yeah, apparently. I was not smart enough to realize I became his getaway of opportunity. So, as I'm saying to this poor little girl, relax, honey, don't be scared. Nobody's going to get hurt here. This guy walks up behind her and sticks a gun in my face and says, get in your car. You're my getaway driver now. I'm like, God damn it, I should have just left. Was not smart enough to realize that 30 seconds earlier. But anyways, moving forward. So the guy says, get into your car. I'm like, fuck. I get in the driver's seat. He gets in the passenger seat. And by the way, it's a manual transmission. So even back then in the 70s, only about 50% of people knew how to work that thing. So there's no way that I was part of his plan. He was an opportunist, and it still irks me that I was not smart enough to realize if I had got the fuck out of there, he'd have probably got busted right there. Anyhow, moving forward, he's like, get into the car. I'm like, God damn it. I get in the driver's seat. We pull away. He goes, hey, man, drive, with a gun in my face. Yes, sir, I'm gonna drive.
Didn't they make a movie called that? Something?
Oh, nothing to do with
Ryan
robbing a gas
Gosling
station.
or something.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I got to drive out of the parking lot with this guy with a gun in my face, an old style 6-shooter. And so I drive out, and he goes, hey, man, give me your wallet. And I'm a 70-year-old kid. There's 3 things in my wallet. There's $7 in cash.
A long time ago.
Yeah, in the 70s. There's $7 cash. There's my driver's license and my social security card. I ain't got credit cards. I ain't got nothing that some criminal wants from me. So as I'm driving out of the parking lot, and I go, hey, man, where are you going? He goes, turn right here. Yep. Yes, sir. I turned right. And as I started driving up the street, I said, look, I don't want to be a smartass, but understand the reason I pulled in this gas station is I'm out of gas. We can't drive very far. And he said, shut the fuck up and give me your wallet. Okay. Pulled the wallet out, opened it up, and it said, look, you don't want my driver's license or my social security card, because this is pre-internet days, so nobody wanted that shit. So I said, look, here's my money. I threw him the 5 and the 2 ones, and then I threw my wallet in the back seat. You don't need that from me. And he goes, yeah, whatever, just keep driving. Yes, sir. I start driving. I go, where are we going? He goes, just drive. And we drove like 2 blocks. And he goes, turn right here. And where he told me to turn right was literally the street I lived on in my parents' house. Okay, I made that right-hand turn. And then within like 100 yards, he goes, hey, turn up this driveway. And it was my parents' driveway. And my old man was an angry, focused man my entire life. What I knew about my dad was, don't cross my dad. Never, ever make the old man tell you the same thing twice. There's a different story there about the day I got out of high school that will come up later. But all I knew was, if I turned up my dad's driveway on a Saturday late afternoon, if my old man was in the front yard, the shit would have gone bad. If I'd have pulled my car into his driveway and there was somebody else with a gun, my old man would have thrown a brick through the windshield and shit would have gone way bad. So I pretended I didn't hear this guy with a gun in my face telling me to turn up this driveway. And I drove 4 more properties up, and he screams at me, hey!
Keep driving.
Oh, I kept driving. He goes, hey, I told you to, oh, relax, man, relax. I'm going to turn up this next driveway. And it was like 3 houses up from my parents. Pulled to that driveway, backed out. Where are we going now? He goes, turn around, go the other way. Yep. Went the other way, which is, again, past my dad's house. I'm just praying the old man's not in the front yard because he knows my car. But he said nothing, and then he goes, turn this way, and the way he told me to turn was back towards where he had just robbed a gas station and kidnapped me from. Okay, man, you got the gun. We go where you say. And we drive back towards the gas station, and literally the last street before where he had just robbed the gas station, he told me to turn left again, and I turned left, and he told me to pull over, and he jumped out of the car and ran away. At that point, I realized his exit strategy was to run away from the gas station. Stupid gas station thief. Stupid gas station thief.
Well, I mean, are any gas station thieves intelligent?
Well,
I
if
mean,
you're going to rob a gas station, at least have your own exit plan. Don't assume some stupid kid's going to ride up there with your getaway car.
well, that's just it. I mean, if you're going to be a thief, if you're going to be a successful thief, then have a plan. But
he was not a successful thief.
I mean, this guy's obviously no Bernie Madoff.
Yeah. Although that did not exactly work out for Bernie.
Yeah, but he had a plan, and it worked until it didn't.
For a while, yeah.
I mean, H.H. Holmes had so many successful schemes.
Yep. All right, so anyhow, I pull over, he jumps on my car and runs away, and I think to myself, I better get back to the gas station, because clearly those kids have called the police by now, as they did. So I go back to the street where the gas station is on, and it's like literally 100 yards from where he picked me up, or I him accidentally. And I make the left-hand turn, and then it goes back to the gas station. As soon as I made the left-hand turn, all of a sudden there's like 6 cop cars surrounding me.
Whoop, whoop.
Yep, pulling me over and screaming at me with shotguns in hand. Get out of the car! Get out of the car! I shut it down. I step out, and I'm like, look, I'm not the bad guy. And about the time those words came out of my mouth, the cops grabbed me, throw me over the hood of my own car, shotgun in my head, screaming at me, hands behind your back, and I went over the hood, hands behind, and then because I was looking left, I could literally see the gas station, and the little girl who had told me, I'm sorry, mister, I can't give you gas, we're getting robbed, and to that girl I said, that's cool, and then, with the cops bending me over the hood of my own car, I said, officer, if you wouldn't mind, just look over there. That little girl that one of your cops is talking to is the girl that I talked to like less than 10 minutes ago. And the cop goes, yeah, okay. And I said, do me a favor. Key the cop talking to her and ask that cop to ask her to look over here and say, is this the guy that robbed your place, or is this the guy that got caught up in the nonsense? So the cop, me bend over the hood, gets on his radio thing and goes, sure. And I see the other cop pick up his radio thing and go, sure, and then tap that girl and point back at me, and the girl looks and goes, yeah. And the cop goes, okay, you're cool. Yeah, I'm cool. And then the cop says, okay, you're not the bad guy. Let's go back to the gas station and we'll take your story. So that's how I got kidnapped for like less than 20 minutes flat.
So that begs the question, like, what was going through your mind that whole time?
See, I've never lived in fear. It never occurred to me this random stranger might kill me with a gun. What occurred to me is, what an inconvenience this is that, dude, I just want to get some gas. You can't steal my car because you can't drive a manual. You're not going to make me drive to a different state because I told you already I'm out of gas. So, the whole time
did the thought ever cross your mind of just stepping out of the vehicle and handing the guy the keys and say, hey, good luck, motherfucker?
No, there wasn't an opportunity in which we were stopped, in which I could say, hey, you know what? Here's the car, good luck, and just